Okay, so nobody's getting the truth from the mainstream media, folks. It's well past time to open your eyes, your ears, and your mind. Do your own research because something isn't right here. And if you can't see that, you are not paying attention, folks.
It's the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order. A world where the rule of law, not the law of the jungle, governs the conduct of nations.
So let's look at each one of these and see how we can get this down to zero. Probably one of these numbers is going to have to get pretty near to zero. Now that's back from high school algebra, but let's take a look. First, we've got population. The world today has 6.8 billion people. That's headed up to about 9 billion. Now, if we do a really great job on new vaccines, healthcare, reproductive health services, we could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%.
The important message that we need Australians to get vaccinated as quickly as possible. In line with that, I do encourage all Australians to please go and book your vaccinations as soon as you can if you haven't already done so.
Emma, get away!
When we are successful, and we will be, we have a real chance at this new world order, an order in which a credible United Nations can use its peacekeeping role to fulfill the promise and vision of the UN's founders.
Okay, we need to stand up against this tyranny, folks. Stop giving away your freedoms and liberties, because the more you give up, the more these people will take until you have absolutely nothing left. That's their agenda. All right, once again, here we are, folks. We're back at it. It's been a crazy day. If anyone's been watching, RFK Jr. has just like been getting, well, they've been trying to smash him, but everyone's just held their own, guys. It's been I'm very excited about what's going down here. Actually, it's looking good. We've got our, as I say every night, we've got our own race to run over here. But I tell you what, they're still going, because Phoenix, Arizona, they started cancelling insurance for wildfire. So you know, I'd expect Phoenix, Arizona to be copping some wildfires, guys. They tell us. Okay, we've had an electric truck from Coles. Last night, I think that was, went to the ground anyway, back up in flames. There's lithium. We got a lithium battery plant going up in Melbourne as we speak, I'm pretty sure. We got 4 cyclones to hit the east coast, just on the northern coast, guys. So again, 15-minute city territory, that mid-north coast.
No, I'm going to correct you. The 4 cyclones are hitting the top of Australia. The hail and gale and storms are hitting Lismore.
Right, there you go. Been corrected. Stand corrected. Quick weather report. I got it wrong. So, and then I've just got this here. I'm sitting on Twitter, guys, straight underneath my show, actually. My daughter hasn't got her 4-year-old son vaccinated yet because of the Christmas period. So the government decided to take her childcare subsidy away. Now she's got to pay the, I don't know how much it is, $100 a week fee or something. This is coercive control by our own government, and it's got to stop. So, with all this stuff going on, guys, they're still pushing the mantle. All right, so this takes us back to last night's show, right? We will get it up on the website, guys. Mel's been snowed under. All right, she's had things to do, places to go, but it will be up there tonight. All right, and this is what I mean. It is so crucial, guys, that we just start getting this stuff out, getting this information out. There is more and more people getting sick. There is more and more people actually passing away. It's just not good. It's just not good. Okay, what do we got up here? Let me have a look. Oh, go away. Where's my computer playing up now?
Good for life.
Yeah. All right. Why can't I? Here. Okay, so they're telling you that your high food prices become ingrained in Australian economy analysis warn. Yeah, well, they're just telling you that so that you're ready for it when it comes, that you'll be accepting it, which everyone's accepting it. Why anyone is still shopping with the cabal from Coles and Woolies to buy poison, guys, I got no idea. As I said, we shop from a totally different place, and I am not going anywhere near them. The North Shore up here in Sydney, we've got the Mayor defending salaries after council votes to raise the rates 40%. So we put that on the show the other night, guys. It's still on up there, controversy. This is what we're all up against. Albo's losing another minister, Stephen Jones, from the city of Shellharbour down here near me. He's gone. He's out.
Yes.
Yep. Another one bites the dust. Don't care. Good on you. ICE is in San Diego for the biggest immigrant grab in recent history. Just the things that are happening over there, guys, is unreal. The microplastics in our food, again, guys, I'm going to tell you that you should not be buying anything out there. All right, we have really got to start until we get this done. 100 days, Dutton major election pledge. Dutton, you went to Israel last year, mate. We're not stupid, bro. All right, we know what you're doing. All right, you'll be the next one put in, and you'll be straight down the friggin' Zionist path because we know. All right, just typical of a lot of yous. What's here? Yeah, rainfall, floods. Oh, Sao Paulo, Brazil, like massive floods, guys. It is going on everywhere around the world. Now, just to, put it out there again for anyone who didn't know that trans people and DEI programs are now banned from the US military, guys. All right, so there's a lot going on. There's a lot happening, and I'm impressed. I really am. Okay, it's going down. Man shares last text from wife on board Washington DC plane crash. Now we'll talk about this because straight away I went CGI. Okay, but anyway, we'll get into the show and we'll have a talk. Scientists are blaming the Los Angeles wildfires on what? Can you guess? Climate change, guys. Climate change. They just do not give up. So we'll get Cazz in when she's ready. Now, we've heard a few things about this plane, guys. Now, straight away, I thought CGI. We've got a couple of things to look at. Now, if anyone was killed on this, if anything's gone wrong, but we know that they can have a Black Hawk flying on its own. Okay, so we know what it's capable of, Cazz, don't we? And we can't, we got the old 72 or 48 to 72 hour rule here because we don't know what's happened.
Well, let's have a look at what we do know at the moment. Okay, so first of all, this looks like it's heading directly. So it's not the first plane over on the right-hand side. It's the one in the middle. It's a light. It's coming in nice and steady to land. There's the helicopter. It's heading straight for it. Straight for it. Interesting.
Yeah.
And then we've got Trump. He's put out this. The airplane was on a perfect and routine line of approach to the airport. The helicopter was going at a straight at the airplane for an extended period of time. It was a clear night. The lights on the plane were blazing. Why didn't the helicopter go up or down or turn? Why didn't the control tower tell the helicopter what to do instead of asking if they saw the plane? This is a bad situation that looks like it should have been prevented. Not good. And then he put out this one. What a terrible night this has been. God bless you all. However,
now the terrible night. Oh, you go, Cazz. Yeah.
No. Well, I'm just going to say that you've got this where this is actually CNN and New York Times. This is 5 hours ago. So they put out the headline: FAA issues ground stop to Reagan International Airport after plane crash over Potomac River.
Before it happened.
Yeah, 5 hours before.
So now what we've heard, guys, if we hasn't heard, and we're not starting anything here, but from, looking around, we have not heard from Kash Patel, and we have not heard from, who is it, Kash?
Dan Scavino. Now, Kash takes the stand tomorrow in the Senate inquiry to answer questions about his confirmation. Kash and Scavino's last post was of themselves today. That was 5 hours ago earlier on. So they spent the day today. So I'm wondering if they didn't go to the CIA headquarters to get a briefing or something else. Or but that helicopter also is said to have come from it was said to have come from CIA. So, or one of the CIA headquarters. So,
Who'd have thought that the Zionist-backed CIA would be up to such dick dastardly deeds, Caz? Who?
well, it's interesting, isn't it? It's very interesting.
Guys, there's something funny here. I can smell the rat. Okay, straight away I went CGI. Okay, this is a setup. This is to try and slow down the hearings that are going on, because, you know, one more for JFK Jr. He's in tomorrow. Cashtel would be in tomorrow. Okay, and then all hell breaks loose when these guys are actually in. So this is very, very funny timing. Was there an accident? Are we watching CGI? Why did we have a 5-hour previous, note of this actual event? We got to remember, guys, this has happened before, 9/11. All right, this same thing happened.
Well, there was also, the plane was coming in to land at runway 33. So the bad side likes to use 33 as their signal to everybody, to let everyone know that they're behind it, like we use 17.
Yep. Well, as I said, we got to sit and watch on this one. But yeah, it's interesting theory. Caz is saying that, she hasn't seen Cash or that around. We're not saying anything there, but we don't know, and we just don't know. We heard it was a bunch of what, Caz, ballet dancers or something? Was that right?
No, ice skaters. Yeah, champion ice skaters.
I heard there was 60 on the plane. Then I heard there was none on the plane.
Yeah, well, the first report was that it was a police helicopter, but it's actually it's not. It's a military helicopter.
Military.
Yeah. So, yeah, and it had its responder turned off. So, very interesting.
Caroline,
I guess we'll wait.
Yeah. Now, I was just going to say, Caroline Kennedy has been bagging JFK out, guys. Big time. But remember, we're watching a movie here. Some of this, okay? Or some of this, most of this, okay? All right, so I don't know what's going on with Caroline Kennedy, but this is being done, guys, to wake up, all right? This is just too nonsensical now. All right, this is being done to get that other 70-75% of the people who are still out there, you know what I mean? Like playing along with their rules, guys. It's phenomenal how far they've taken this.
We've got a couple of reporters, got live people on the ground. So let's have a look at our live reporters on the ground. This is from Chick Fenton.
G'day, guys. Albury, just outside of Albury in North Albury, Lavington. Just wanted to show you the this intersection here is known as the Five Ways. But this is the overkill of cameras.
Look at that, 1, 2, 3.
Wow.
6 there.
This is only a small town, this town. She's got to get closer to that microphone, chick, all right? I know you're watching, darling. Well done. You get closer to that mic.
There's another one. Right there. One intersection.
One intersection.
Yep. And where's this, Caz?
That's at Albury, Lavington. But the thing is that it's slated to be a smart city. Yep.
Yeah, 15-minute city. It's on the list.
Exactly. Yep. Well done, Chi. We've also got a report from Daryl Poke in Tasmania.
Flying all sorts of different flight paths, crisscrossing one another, and just spraying toxins all over humanity. Our government must be held accountable. These are not contrails, they're chemical trails. Period.
Yep.
Well
done.
Trails, all right. Yep. Thank you.
They are indeed. All right. Now, this is going to make you all really angry. But anyway, this is a tale of two families. And they're in Wagga. This is where the first family lives. That is a tent set up down at the lagoon. This is the cardboard thing set by their house. Okay, we need help to get a house. We have tried for 3 years. Our family needs support. Please help us. Okay, and this, according to the girl across the road, is a house that is filled with new Australians. Okay, now see all the chairs out the front there. That's because I sit out there all day because none of them work because I can't speak English. And she's told me that she thinks the house is rented for $700 a week, and she thinks that it's the Red Cross that are paying for it. That's less than 100 metres actually down the road. So you've got them being paid for by an NGO who our government is giving our tax dollars to, and then you've got this family living here, pleading for help.
What do you say?
What a disgrace. What an absolute disgrace.
It's happening everywhere. And back to Chick Fenton's clip, guys, not to take the weight off that clip there. That is, crap. That was the cameras we were showing you there with Chick Fenton. How many cameras? Now, that's a small town, Albury, but it's a 15-minute city. Oh, that's what they want it as. So that intersection is a small intersection there in Albury, all right, not the main intersection, and the amount of cameras that are set up there. So that's what we were showing you guys. It's Blade Runner's Paradise there, actually. And saw it in the comments,
No,
Blade Runner's
Chick did really well.
Paradise.
That's only her second or third report, so she's done really well. So guys, don't bag her. This is a learning process. Remember how bad Dave and I were when we first started.
Apparently there's a few pound of copper in them cameras too, I'm told, anyway.
Don't give them ideas, Dave. All right, you got this one here. So you got Peter O'Brien. So 80 KD stores is closing down. There's no buyer. 252 Noni B and Miller's stores likewise, and this is on top of rivers. So you've got a lot of issues that are coming out of Australia at the moment economically, so which really don't look good.
They're going to keep pushing hard, guys. Why? Because people are waking up. All right. So the more we wake up, the harder they push at us. That's what this game is. All right. It's not really a game. It's a war. Okay.
It's like a war.
But yeah, it's an arm wrestle. But guess what? We've all got a bit of this, guys. All right. All of us. All right. And we're not giving up, man. We just keep wrestling. All right. We got plenty of strength in us.
Okay. One of the big news events is this. Now, one of the things I love about Twitter is that people are so clever and they give you tidbits of information that give you the whole story at the end of it. Okay, so this is New South Wales considering the possibility that caravan filled with explosives could be a setup. Okay, so in a string of, consideration that they're looking at, okay? And then you've got this, of course, where you've got the hype around a major wave of anti-Jewish vandalism last Saturday night in Jewish schools hit, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, now we're not condoning that. Just don't vandalize anything and anybody ever. Okay, and then you've got this. So you've got this Alexandra Marshall. She says, I like how the police report that they stopped a caravan full of explosives when it was actually handed to them by a concerned citizen after being left as a traffic hazard for more than a month. The police did nothing, just like they've done nothing to protect our statues in Australia. And then you get this beautiful little gem here. And I'll have to give credit to this person. This is Shane Healy, and he's got, the incident at Dural was not domestic terrorism. The power gel was stolen from New South Wales mining site over 12 months ago, and the synagogue threat wasn't found in the same location as the explosives. This is why New South Wales police have been treating it as a theft, and Chris Minns did the media, not Albo, and Reece Kershaw. From the Australian Federal Police or ASIO.gov.au. Remember, it was Dave Hudson who refused to call the Lincoln Cafe a terrorism incident. This is a New South Wales PR stunt.
They're unreal, aren't they? And they think they won't get caught. You know?
Well, it doesn't matter. They don't care that they get caught. They don't care. They just don't give. But what they're doing is it's allowing a whole heap of. You've got Tanya Plibersek like out saying this now.
I think it would be a really good sign if Peter Dutton now made clear that he will also vote to strengthen laws against hate speech in Australia. Those laws are before our Parliament. It would be very good to see that he will be voting for those in a bipartisan way, because this is a time when the Jewish community doesn't need to see people trying to make political profit out of this, but sees our major parties.
Political profit? They're the ones that made the play. How much money have we given them? How much money? Every time they ask for money, they got more money on Saturday night. Saturday night, they asked for more money, and by Sunday morning, it had been allocated to the friggin'.
That's exactly right. Exactly right. It's covered here. So
you know what they do, Caz? They get these things through, and then they amend them in the background, and next minute you'll be in jail for talking about a politician or a prime minister.
Mm.
You know, this is how they work.
Yeah, no, look, the thing is that they're meant to, like, it, you know, that if you look at those, so for anybody that teaches people of a certain age that like to actually decorate things with, you know, certain kind of spray cans or something like that, this, like, that'd be, no one would own up to this kind of work here. Like, to me, it looks like you know, we've had so many stories. We've had the Palestinian protest where they were singing out "Kill Jews," and it turned out to be a Jewish woman that was doing it. And then self-inflicted wounds, always throughout history, they always do it. And then you have the other side of the coin, where, remember that lady, that Muslim lady that made up that whole thing that she was vilified for wearing a hijab or whatever it was on that tram in Melbourne. And so they started this whole I'll ride with you and ride with me and all that sort of stuff. And it turned out it was all fake. She'd faked it. So you've got a situation where people fake things for sympathy. And you kind of got to wonder at this moment. You got to go, okay, well, maybe there's something going on here. And not only that, the political mileage is coming from the government because they're legislating against our speech so that they can come after us.
And you know it's even worse than that? There's bugs in your Tim Tams, guys. Your bloody Tim Tams. They've taken out your Tim Tams with cochineal bugs. Can you believe it?
That's it. Now you've got the situation where there's a couple of people here like this. You just mentioned one of them, but there's another one as well. But I just had a look on Wikipedia, and there's actually a lot of people that are not going to be standing for re-election. Okay, now you got this guy. He's retiring. My job's done. Okay, and then you've got this one. And
that looks like Superman. That looks like Clark Kent. Go back there. Go back to that Cookie Clark. Look at that. That's Stephen Jones from Shell Harbour. I spoke about him, guys.
That's right. But then you got this one as well. But remember, Stephen Jones was the one, and I have to think.
Require that you use some form of digital ID or some other form of digital ID. So it creates the choice and it creates the mechanism through which a voluntary use of a digital ID system can be maintained and mandated in this country.
Maintained and mandated in this country. Voluntary. So I have to thank Australia's versus the agenda for that one as well. So we've got look.
Yeah, he was a Labor candidate, so he's totally indoctrinated, Caz.
Oh yeah. Now you've got this situation where there's all this crime going on in Melbourne at the moment. And it's just like, yes, well, I wonder why.
Car thieves spent the long weekend stealing almost 24 new utes from a business in Laverton North. As Jack Ward explains, the men returned several times over 3 days.
One by one, ute by ute, a fleet of new vehicles is driven out of this freight facility in Convoy. The crooks on a mission to clear the yard of its stock.
It's callous, it's disgraceful kind of behaviour. These are brand new cars, never been registered, still have the plastic on them.
After angle grinding their way in and raiding the office for keys, a quiet long weekend was the perfect time for these thieves to get to work.
Someone's come, they've seen it, they've seen an opportunity, and they've really just milked it for all it's worth.
So you got that crime wave, and you've also got these machete attacks.
There were two shocking incidents involving alleged youth offenders at two ends of the state. The first was in Ocean Grove, machetes as long as your arm. A gang attempting to rob residents in Ocean Grove, a tiny seaside town. And then again in Brighton East. And I know I bang on about Brighton. An arrest was made and allegedly, less than an hour later, 2 new homes were targeted. But I want to take you back now to March last year, because Victorians have been putting up with this crap for years. In March last year, the government said it was launching a trial of electronic monitoring bracelets for young people charged with serious offences. They said the trial would see those offenders fitted with ankle bracelets to ensure their bail conditions are being met. And so the government has come out at the time and said, well, let's have this trial on ankle monitoring bracelets and let's dial down the political pressure and appease the public. But nearly a year on now, and the youth crime stats are at a record high. So what are we doing about it? Victorians shouldn't be sleeping with a hammer and a baseball bat under their beds.
No, that's why we need our guns back.
Yep, and you should have a set of nunchuckers or something under your bed. We do need our guns back, but, you know.
Anyway, you got 3 men with a machete, you need a gun. Simple.
Yeah, well, yeah. Or a three-piece staff. A 3-piece staff has got a little bit of length on it. Not like the old standard nunchucks, but take your
You've
pick.
also got, well, you got a heap of things that are going on in Australia that are so outrageous in comparison to the United States, where they look like things are turning around for them. So you've got this situation. This is Craig Kelly's posted this. Now, net zero is destroying Australia. Now, you can see that's real gross household disposable income per capita. It has absolutely plummeted since 2020. So, and he says they're just basically destroying Australia. And it's the comment is here: Australians have suffered their deepest decline in material living standards in modern history. The real per capita household disposable income has collapsed by more than 8% since the Albanese government took office in Q 2022. It's unbelievable. They are just destroying this country, you know. But the thing is that, and we may actually all have to do this, by the way. Now, this is Madison King. She's an Aboriginal lady who's been very outspoken against the corporate blacks.
I've been watching her on Twitter, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, but she's actually running for the Senate Western Australia, so I think we should get her on. But here's her comment from today.
Angela and I, we figured that if Australia can vote in thugs and know that they are thugs and know that they are ripping us off, and you know they are ripping us off or causing Australia to go into a tailspin, then I'm not going to do political correctness. I'm not going to do it. Because you've already accepted a standard within our society. So how you treat me on here is how I'm going to treat you back.
And we all need to take a leaf out of that because we're all sick of them.
Yep.
God, we're sick of them.
Anyone in Western Australia, check her out, guys, and give her a crack. You know, we need these people. You know, if they're decent people, we need them getting in, guys. This is infiltration. Okay, I've told you, we're in a war, right? It is the art of war. It is 5th generational war, all right? And we have to be a part of the game, which means we have to get in and infiltrate. Be that Jason Bourne. All right, be the Jackal.
All right, let's say we're at 8:30, so let's have a bring on the flyers.
In New South Wales, we have the following events. In Sydney, every Monday, join the growing numbers for Monday at Maggie's. Gather together to end the tyranny by showing loss of confidence in the government. Monday at Maggie's from 11 a.m, Macquarie Street, Sydney. Come and celebrate our freedom and support for each other, our culture, and play music at the 832 muster from the 7th to the 9th of March 2025. The location is at Rollins Plains Recreational Reserve. The address is 28 Bilberil Road, Rollins Plains, which is 40 minutes northwest of Port Macquarie. The 832 muster will be at Deniliquin, New South Wales, 28th to the 31st of March. There's a court call-out, a special mention for Serena and Eric at Wodonga Courthouse on Wednesday the 5th of February 2025 at 9:30 a.m. There is a Break Up the Uni Party rally Labor, Liberal, Greens, Nationals, vote them all out. Career politicians slave to corporate interests. The Uni Party has run our country into the ground. This rally will be held on Saturday, 12 p.m, 1st of February 2025 at Sydney Town Hall. And in Victoria, we have the following events. In Melbourne, gather at the Governor's every Saturday to end the tyranny. 10 a.m. every Saturday at the Governor Gates. There will be an 8:32 muster January 31st to the 2nd of February at Chiltern, Victoria. Lake Anderson Caravan Park, Alliance Street, Chiltern, Victoria. In Canberra, every day for over 1,000 days, the freedom fighters have been protesting at the Governor-General's. To join in, meet at the National Rock Garden at 10 a.m. to expose the 28, or tune in on YouTube at #ExposeThe28. The People's Grand Jury Indictment Picnic will be held at 12 o'clock on Saturday the 8th of February at Magna Carta Place in Canberra. At 12 p.m. there will be a picnic, 12:30 there will be a speakers, and at 1 p.m. there will be the People's Court Grand Jury. And Jodie Lowe from 241 last year will be hosting a Real Farmer Day. Say no to Big Harmer on February 15th. Make the biggest exit the Who sign that you can. Say no to Big Harmer on Real Farmer Day. There's a free event on Saturday, February 15th. It will be held at 44 Coringal Road, Emerald, from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Bring a chair if you choose. There is a call to action for ratepayers of Mundaring Shire, Tuesday the 4th of February from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. Would you like answers to the COVID-19 response? Your vote matters. There is an urgent need for court support at the sentencing of Laura Adele Hinks. Laura urgently needs support and witnessing at her sentencing. She was found guilty of the abduction and attempted abduction of her own children. This is at Darwin Supreme Court on February 14th. 9 daily prayer space is held on X at 3 p.m. So whatever you're facing, come along and we can lift you up in prayer. Every day, 3 p.m. on X. Melissa 146233923.
Now, a late one that I didn't include is this. What do we need to do with this, Dave? We want to contact.
All right, guys, I just want to share it out everywhere. You can grab it. You can send it to Chris Minns. Doesn't seem to be on Twitter, but I have put the other two and tagged them in it. All right, which is Ryan Park and Paul Scully. But this is their invitation onto the show, guys. All right, we want these Labor heads to come and have a chat to us. Okay, live on the show. And, we want to question them. So we want the pressure on them. Okay, so we want plenty of emails going off their offices. We want this shared around everywhere, especially in Wollongong, guys, right, in the Illawarra. All right, and, we want these guys to come to the party. All right, the crunch is here. All right, we've put up with enough. We've had enough. And the time is here for these guys to front up. They're getting $250,000 each at least, all right, to do what they do. Okay, and I got some questions for them on behalf of you good people. So, that's what I'd like you to do, guys. Share it around, tag them with it, put the website in there, put the port, what is it, the one from Western Australia, the Port Headland document in it, put whatever you like in it. All right, I just want to talk to these guys. We think that they should be fronting up the public, or I do anyway. So, and I'm sure you people agree with me.
Well, let's get them in to answer some questions. All right. Now we had that.
What a bullshit reply. Yeah, okay, Milan. Thanks, buddy.
We had the whole situation with the DeepSeek. Now, Mike Adams was interviewed by Alex Jones about this, remembering that Mike Adams is an engineer, a software engineer. Okay, and a very good one. He's coming out with his own AI, and he had some really interesting points to make, and I've cut a slice of it so that you can hear it.
Is a meritocracy. And if America doesn't return to a meritocracy on an emergency basis, we are done as a nation, because China will achieve superintelligence first. And the first nation to achieve superintelligence will absolutely dominate the world. And I even put out a podcast yesterday that said, on what day will Trump be forced to sign an unconditional surrender to the nation of China? And I'm not exaggerating, because that's what happens if we lose the AI wars. Now, we can turn this around, but we have to immediately end the censorship, Alex. It's got to stop across the board, including there's still some censorship on X. There's still censorship, obviously, on YouTube and Google. That's got to end because it's stifling innovation. Secondly, we have to end the woke. We have to get the woke out of all universities right now and all corporations right now. Actually, Alex, wokeism is a threat to national security at this point in the AI arms race. If we can't get back to people who can do math, who can code, who can build systems and build technology, and if we can't allow innovation and freedom of expression, we are done as a nation, Alex. This is why I really appreciate you having me on today, because this is an urgent wake-up call for America. Trump is right. It's a wake-up call, but it's beyond just a wake-up call. We are done as a nation probably before the year 2030 if we don't become competitive in AI. AI is the last invention that humanity ever needs to invent, because from that point forward, I'm talking about superintelligence. From that point forward, the superintelligence system invents everything you need: advanced materials, advanced weapons, antimatter systems, anti-gravity propulsion systems, if they don't already exist. But you don't need to invent anything else after you invent the superintelligence. And the U.S. is now losing. As of this week, the U.S. is losing this race because of woke and because of censorship.
Dude, but how does it hold it back?
Because you can't have a reasoning model if the model is programmed to be irrational and to say that men can have babies. Okay, you can't have a reasoning model that is good at reasoning if you teach it to be cognitively retarded, which is what wokeism is. So wokeism is cognitive retardation. That is the opposite of innovation. And that's why we're in this situation behind China, because China rejected wokeism while America's leftists pushed wokeism. Trump is trying to rescue us from that, and many conservatives are trying to rescue us, but we are behind the curve right now. We are losing in this race badly.
Okay, so
we have
the idiots attacking Elon Musk for wanting to bring in Chinese and Indian super brains are suicidal.
Yeah, we need the highest IQ Indian engineers.
And that's why Elon flipped out and said,
Japanese and Koreans.
That's why he flipped out and said, all you idiots don't understand it. Fuck you. Because, I mean, he goes, we got to do that. Yeah.
Look, what we obviously we have to deport the illegal criminals, obviously, and that's getting done, and that needs to go to 5,000 a day that we need to be deporting, at least 5,000 a day to really have a dent in this. But we need to be attracting, based on merit, the high IQ engineers and technical people from all over the world. And you know, Alex, my wife is from Taiwan. I believe in legal immigration. We are innovators. We are builders like you and your family and your operation. And Alex, you and I, we have been attacked and stifled and smeared. We have been kept down when we are the people who are the builders of innovation. And all we ask for is a fair playing field so that we can actually roll out our technology, our innovation, our ideas, and give gifts to humanity. Yeah, this is China also throwing down the gauntlet and saying, we're going to beat you to superintelligence. And Alex, the day that happens, I guarantee you, the day that happens, China is going to send just a message to the White House and say, when are you going to sign an unconditional surrender of the United States of America to China? Because if you don't, we're going to turn off your power grid. We're going to turn off all your nuclear codes, because superintelligent systems can replicate to millions of agents, and they can get all the passwords, all the codes, all the social engineering. They can take down your entire infrastructure, your power grid, your banking, everything. A Chinese superintelligent agent system can simply social engineer its way to get the passwords to every system. They can just say,
that's simple. It'll instantly call up everybody's mom or dad and say,
yeah, exactly.
Mom, can you check my computer? I forgot my password. Sure, honey, let me give you your passcode. And by the way, AI has already done that. OpenAI 4 years ago was trying to break in, to beat the, are you a robot puzzles. And so it would just go hire humans and then lie to them and say, no, I'm blind. Or they would say, are you a robot? And then they got people to go break into it for them.
You got it. You got it. And look, let me put it this way, Alex. If we don't become competitive in the AI race, we will be a colony of China within 5 years.
A few ways to look at it, guys. Trump had to go into the AI thing because, as he's stating there, if you let China get hold of it, you know what I mean, CCP side and some other oligarchs around the world, we're in trouble. So I feel that Trump had to jump into the AI thing, okay? And I think he's had to take, and I believe all these people are actors, man, but I believe he has had to take Musk along with him. All right, he's had to take a few things along with him. Why? To get done what he's got to get done, guys. All right, this is just no easy pushover, right? This is a brilliant game of strategy, okay, to actually take down a deep state that's never been taken down before, that's had the reign of everything for thousands of years, okay? And this is complex.
Well, Trump, one of the things that he mentions was the DEI. Okay, so you've got two stories here, two countries. Okay, so what happened was the Inspector General just got physically removed from her office by security after refusing to comply with Trump's firing. So, yeah, basically Trump's gone hardball on her. And then you've got this story out of Australia. And, of course, what's Australia do? Like, this is the most ridiculous thing. So you've got Australia, and what is Australia doing? So contractors are being asked to answer questions about sexuality before going onto job sites. It has nothing to do with their role. Yeah, like it's just unreal, isn't it? Now, also, guys, we've got a lot of people in this fight that are providing information that's really good, and one of them is a corruption whistleblower. Now, this is the WASP, the Port Arthur massacre, and he says, urgent update, I've had to halt the release of further episodes of the whistleblower interview as the person is concerned for their safety. I will respect their wishes and try to sort out a way forward where they feel safe enough to continue. It's a telling example of just how sensitive this endeavour is. So, yeah, let us all hope and pray that that comes through, because we really need it.
We need a lot of things. But guess what? We got the start of them, guys. All right. And, yeah, as I said, what's happening over there is what we need. 5K a day we need going out of Australia. 5,000 a day. How many plane trips is that, guys? That's a few. Okay. But we've brought in millions here. So we got a couple of million to get rid of.
Same's happening in the UK. You've got this, even this woman's shocked.
Doing everything is doing. I think there is a big responsibility of the Muslim community in that, because we have tried to change the British. It is totally different now. It's nothing like Britain before. It's everybody's like doing their own thing, and they want to adapt everything. So this country's own culture has disappeared.
And you've also got JD Vance saying this, and this is Suella Braverman. She's the former Secretary of the State, I think it was, in the UK, and she agrees with him.
Vice President JD Vance said at the National Conservative Conference, at which I also spoke in the summer here in DC, that the UK was going to be the first Islamist nation with nuclear weapons. I don't think he was entirely joking. Is it an impossibility that 20 years from now, it will be the UK, not China or Russia, that will emerge as the greatest strategic threat to the USA, born out of a broken relationship and weak leadership? What happens?
And then when you look at footage like this is Tipperary in Ireland. So they've got all of these secret migrant camps all over the place. So they're just,
they're going for it.
Yeah, they are indeed. Anyway, but look, the thing is that we've got a heap of good stuff going our way at the moment. So yeah, the momentum is building, and it's building our way, which is good. We're being taken out by Jag Talks. Cost of Living is the name of the song. So Dave, if you'd like to close the show, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, lots of different thoughts out there, guys, all right, on what's going on. As I said, discern it from the Lord, okay? But, yeah, there is heaps of stuff going on out there. We can watch it. We can, look at it, guys, have our opinions on it. We're all free thinkers. We have a right to have that, okay? But, just remember, iron sharpens iron, guys, all right? So while you're in having these conversations with other free thinkers, don't be getting shits and don't be getting cranky, all right? We put things backwards and forwards with each other, and we work out what is going on, all right? And I'll tell you, no one really knows what's going on yet, okay? Except I do understand that there is a pretty big military operation going on at the moment, okay? And I know that 11.3 is coming up in a lot of things, all right? And 11.3 is in the Law of War manual that the belligerent occupation no longer has power, right, when it loses control of the people. So all you've got to do, guys, is say no, all right, and we can turn this shit show around because they don't have the power and the belligerent occupation no longer has the power. We all know they're belligerent. We know what's going on. We got to use it. But I can, between now and the end of February, coming into, that date in March, guys, I think the 4th, yeah. Okay, it's going to get real funky, all right? And we're seeing that right now. What is happening with this plane, I don't really know because I'm not going to make a decision yet. There's, the old 48-hour thing, all right? But, yeah, we got to stand up to these Muppets, Daniel. You are exactly right, mate. All right, got to stand up to them like you stand up to a stopper. You're dead right, bro. Okay? That's how we got to do it. Get in their face, tell them we know what they're doing. So, guys, have another great night. All right, we've got plenty going on. We just got to wake people up, all right, because I tell you what, come the end of February, March, I think they're going to get woken up whether they like it or not. So if you want to give them a bit of an easy run into this, continue to put everything out. The stuff will be up on the website tonight, guys, all right? So, yeah, Mel's just saying, yep. So go and get that documentary from last night and get it out everywhere, people. All right, send it out. Too many people hurting out there.
And the press release will be on there too.
The press release is on there, guys. Have a look, see who it's been sent to, and you know who to go and inquire with. All right, good night, guys. Thanks again.
Okay. Shit sure is expensive these days.
So here we are with a government that couldn't give 2 fucks. They couldn't care less. That milk now costs $8 at the servo. An easy 100 is spent. The cost of everything is crazy. Don't even fucking start on the rent. And fuck me, if you smoke, you must be rich. 47 for Winnie's, crack is cheaper than that, bitch. Down at the pub, and a pop costs you 10. This shit is crazy, does it ever fucking end? You can fucking suffer in silence, the police don't care. Decisions made for you by multi-millionaires. They smile as they tell you just how good you've got it. Slick rich motherfuckers, the answer, fuck, they're not it. Who knew it was a luxury to just buy cheese? Oh, and enjoy your fucked up power bills thanks to Albanese. It costs $3.50 to feed a family with 2 kids, and that's if you can cook and eat that no-brand shit. But the millionaires in Canberra couldn't give a fuck if you actually wanted leadership. Sorry, mate, you're shit out of luck. These fucking jokers hold our lives and the economy at ransom. The only time they see people like us is when being chauffeur driven to their mansion. You can fucking suffer in silence, the police don't care. Decisions made for you by multi-millionaires. They smile as they tell you just how good you've got it. Slick rich motherfuckers, the answer, fuck, they're not it. So my fellow Australians, if you feel like things are fucking tough and $10 for spuds is just a bit fucking rough, then it's time for all of us to put our hand up. Speak our minds and fucking stand up. Fill your heart with pride and the Anzac spirit. Raise your voice, let those dickheads hear it. We won't be beaten down and priced out of our own country. If you push us too far, you won't like what you see. We are Australians, we are fierce and fucking proud. And you can be sure, you pack of pricks, we're gonna vote you out. Out! Economy is shit. Interest rates are fucked. Cost of petrol is bullshit. Groceries cost too much. Housing is unaffordable. If you can even find a place, immigration's fucking crazy. And ALP is a fucking disgrace. Once again, this is Jag pointing out the fucking obvious. Our government couldn't give 2 shits about us. Just pay your taxes and die. Jag, out! You can fucking suffer in silence, the police don't care. Decisions made for you by multi-millionaires. They smile as they tell you just how good you've got it. Slick rich motherfuckers, the answer, fuck, they're not it.